What is up, YouTube, and welcome to this Iron Fist full season review. So welcome to this video. Thanks for clicking that play button. Please do, if you're new, click that subscribe and that like button as well. And also, if you're popping by because you're a subscriber already, thank you. Please do drop that little bell button next to subscribe so you get notifications on the video. So Iron Fist has been ragged on by the critics, and even as I was looking at some reviews that had just come out today, well, it's not looking good for this season. And I'm kind of surprised that people are hating on it so much because, well, the critics had the first 6 episodes, and I watched the first 6 episodes and I absolutely loved them. So if you don't know what Iron Fist is obviously, it's Danny Rand. This is the Marvel, this is the 4th Marvel Netflix show leading into Defenders. He is the last Defender to have their own show, and he is a mystical, imbued with the powers of a dragon, and well, he's pretty kick-ass, and he's more aligned with Luke Cage. They had their old Heroes for Hire storylines in the comics. So this is pretty much setting up his return. So it starts off that his parents have been killed in a plane crash, and Danny has come back to New York because, well, his parents were super rich and his dad had the Rand business, which is worth billions, as they say in the show. So that is pretty much the premise. He's come back to take his claim, but he's been gone for 15 years and people are like, dude, yeah, you're not really you. We can't really expect you to come back. Or why did you think that we're going to think that you are you? That's insane. He's walking around homeless and all this kind of business. So the only criticism I will say for this show is that it suffers from the Netflix show problem, which is just padding. I mean, this is 13 episodes, and this could be told in about at least, I would say, 10 episodes. They could have cut out quite a lot of stuff here. We had the standard, obviously, protagonist falling in love or banging another woman on the show here. As a whole, the show is pretty good. I really did like the family drama with the Meachums. That was a lot of fun to watch that. And it kind of escalated, and we find out that some people are good, some people are bad, just as we always do in shows. And the one criticism I would say that has been a criticism is the way he does deal as a saviour. So I've got no problem with him being white. The character's white. The whole idea of him being white is his character. He's an outsider in Kunlun, which is the place where he got his powers and where he crash landed in, and then became the Iron Fist. The problem I have with the show is the way he is constantly pursuing Colleen Wing, which is the girl who is running these martial arts classes, which we saw in Luke Cage, and was a nice little Easter egg there. She is also a character who has worked with Misty Knight, and we had some sweet cage fighting things where she actually has her costume from the comics, and she says that she's the daughter of the dragon, which again is her and Misty Knight's kind of badass crew. Well, that's what they call themselves. So my problem is the way he's pursuing her. He starts talking to her in Chinese. It's just a bit awkward, a bit hammy, that part. That whole introduction to those two is a bit hammy, but it works. And as we go on and the Hand are introduced to the show, well, then it gets a lot better. The show is pretty good, I would say. It's my second or third favourite, I would say. My favourite is Jessica Jones. I'd say this is on par with Daredevil, in my opinion, I would say. So this is also doing a lot more world building as well. The Hand, we find out, as well, I thought that Madame Gao was the be-all and end-all for the Hand. The Hand, sorry, not the Hound. But it doesn't appear to be. There are many factions within the Hand, and it made me laugh when Claire Temple said that, well, did you not consider calling yourself something other than the Hand, like the ear or the nose, which was hilarious. I was hoping she'd say foot as a reference to Ninja Turtles, which was then again a reference to the Hand. Pretty cool little thing there. So I was expecting it to be kind of known that the Meachums were the ones behind this plane crash, but it took until the 13th episode for this to properly be revealed, which was a bit surprising. So I knew all about the comics, but I was hoping we'd see some more twists or more surprises, more explanation of what was just going on in the end of Daredevil Season 2, which we didn't get. And this whole season ended on a huge, huge cliffhanger at the end, with Kunlun being destroyed and kind of disappeared. It's like not there, which is a huge problem because he is the defender. Iron Fist is the defender of Kunlun and supposed to protect it from the Hand, which, well, he didn't do, and he's caused all these kind of problems. And this is possibly why Davos, his friend, came back and wanted to get him to come back and defend it. But what's interesting as well, Davos is the Steel Serpent in the comics. So that's kind of crazy there. We've got the Steel Serpent mentioned in Daredevil in this, and also on the heroin packets of the Hand were created and used to make money. But we now have Davos, who will probably turn into that. So lots of Easter eggs in this episode of this show. I'm going to have a dedicated Easter eggs episode or whole video on this channel as well to kind of go over just what was going on. What was really cool was we had the Tournament of the Heavenly Cities in this in a kind of low-key way. It was just a duel that Madame Gao had set up, and I love the fact that we had Madame Gao on the back foot, but, well, she didn't, did she? And it seems like they're merging the the Crane Mother thing, and they're merging her with this new Madame Gao character. So they're trying to fix all this in all together. And we had a leader of a different sect of the Hand as well in an internal power struggle. So it's given us more of an insight into the Hand, which is really cool because they were a huge mysterious organisation in Daredevil, hugely, hugely secretive. But now we get a really good look at the inside of how they operate. And it was pretty cool how it turns out that they were infiltrating the Rand Corporation and using them for their own benefit and their own gain, which I'm not really sure what their end game is. It seems like their end game, from what was mentioned, was that they don't want any governments, they don't want anything like that, which is quite similar to the comics. They want a new world order, which was interesting, and I loved the reveal that Colin Wing turned out to be in the Hand. And I was watching that bit where they go to the weird kind of society where Colin Wing is sending all these people to, but it just looked super fucking creepy, and it was a cool reveal. I liked that storyline, that kind of mid boss there, that mini storyline. Now, I do find myself a bit conflicted with the character. I think he should have properly worked out maybe midway or by the end of the second third just what he wanted to do, how he wanted to survive, and how he wanted to pursue things as a hero. Because really with Daredevil, we got Daredevil being a hero, being that kind of proper, his focus and his purpose was there, but we didn't have it this time. It was more of a personal story of him trying to fix things, and then he takes on Harold Meacham. I kind of wish that they had had that bit before, and then he takes out that other leader of the Hand. They should have switched those round, in my opinion. And we've got some crazy, got Lathan, sorry if I pronounced that wrong again, the Thunderer who trained them. That was what I think is the voice of the person that he kept hearing and who he kept talking to in this show. So we've got that, got Claire Temple. I love the fact that he put on the same t-shirt that Luke Cage owned, and Claire Temple's like, my friend left this here, and there's like a bullet hole. He's looking at that. I was like, that's hilarious. That's so funny. And what's interesting as well is he's banged Colin Wing, but in the comics his bae is Misty Knight. So looks like they are going to be Eskimo cousins there. So that's going to be hella awkward for Heroes for Hire if that moves forward, or if they pursue that storyline. They seem to be merging quite a lot of things in this show, a lot of mythology, which I can because it's not a hugely well-known mythology in my opinion. Now, I think that the story, I thought the pacing was good. I just think the reordering could have been a bit better. So that's it for this video. Please drop a like, please subscribe. I'll see you soon. Goodbye.